Hi, Ms. Peterson. Thanks so much for meeting with me today.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course. I just had a few questions for you regarding your recent Pepsi ad with Kendall Jenner.
Yes,
Yep, should we get started?
we should. Yeah, I am ready.
Awesome, awesome. So my first question was, what was your original intent when conceiving this ad?
Sure. So, what we were looking to do with this campaign was essentially project a global message around unity, peace, and understanding. We clearly missed the mark, and we truly apologize to all of our customers, anyone that was watching the campaign. We didn't mean to make light of the situation by any means, and we are removing this content from all of our communication vehicles and stopping any further rollout of the campaign. We also want to apologize to Kendall Jenner and anyone else who we employed to work with us on this campaign who might have been offended.
Okay, yeah, interesting, interesting. What message were you hoping that the audience was to receive? I'm sure it's a lot different than it was received. So what were you actually hoping to receive?
Sure. So we hope that this campaign would have reflected everyone, different people from different walks of life, and just them coming together in the spirit of harmony. And we do think that this is an important message to convey. However, we now understand that we should have gone about advertising this campaign differently.
Okay, great. Which brings me to my next question. Prior to making this ad, did you consult with any factions or coalitions affiliated with any of the ongoing protests?
Um, so we did not, and we thoroughly regret doing so. Although we had pulled the campaign from our different communication vehicles, we still want to educate ourselves on those who are in the midst of protest and midst of activism every day. So Pepsi is actively reaching out to these large social justice campaigns, and we do have a plan to have them speak to employees at Pepsi on their causes and also what we can do as a company to help.
Great. Yeah, that sounds great. What was the feedback given from those who had seen the ad prior to it going public? Like those within your team?
Sure. So we primarily received positive feedback.
Mhm.
And I feel like if we felt there was any hesitation on the nature of this ad from anyone on our team, I think we definitely would have reconsidered the overall message that we were putting out, followed by the production and then ultimately airing the campaign.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. Any
Mhm.
particular reason behind the choice in spokesperson for this campaign?
So Kendall Jenner.
Yes.
So yes, we just believe that Kendall Jenner has a very influential presence within the millennial demographic. Um, that's who we were trying to target during the campaign, and we felt that this audience would be able to connect with her on an emotional level. And although we had a lot of other candidates in the running, we just kind of felt that Kendall was the best fit.
Oh, and which other candidates did you guys have in the running? Did you guys consider?
It was a long list of just influencers that could really kind of speak to this millennial demographic. But just because of Kendall's past experiences, her personality, and then just kind of her overall likability and popularity within the demographic is ultimately why we ended up choosing her.
Okay. And how much was diversity a factor when considering the composition of your marketing team?
So I think, you know, diversity was a huge factor, considering, the idea and rollout of this campaign, because we were attempting to just promote a message of inclusivity and love between everyone. However, after like the backlash from our viewers, moving forward, I think it's definitely important that we reevaluate our marketing team's composition.
Okay, excuse me for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I know you had mentioned the backlash that you received. Considering the backlash that you received, how would you have done this ad differently?
Sure. So knowing what we now know, it's essential to have those kind of people dealing with social justice causes every day to really just be immersed in these types of projects. So moving forward, I would definitely say that these activists should be at the center of our campaigns.
Okay.
And really like carrying out our messaging to our audience. And I just feel like that would make it more real and more authentic.
Huh.
I believe that, it could really truly speak to our target market, tell a story, and then just kind of inspire others to do good things and love one another.
Okay, great. And do you, as Pepsi company, still stand behind the messaging of the ad released?
So we stand behind the messaging of, that unity, peace, understanding with one another. And again, like our company Pepsi doesn't condone or make light of any of these serious issues. So we want to gain our customers' trust back and make sure that they feel comfortable being customers of ours. So we're understanding what we did wrong. We're apologizing, and we just want to let our viewers and our consumers know that we have an active plan in place to ensure that it won't happen again.
Yeah, certainly. Well, again, thank you so much for taking the time to answer these questions. I know you cleared a lot of things for me. I'm sure you've cleared a lot of things for those watching this. So thank you again, and I look forward to seeing new things from Pepsi.
Thank you so much for having me.